stripes, you still know that it's an American flag. So you might want to put a flag in your collage if you want to try that. Doesn't have to be an American flag. Now I'm just going to show you a couple more pieces and then we'll get to work. I think another point I wanted to make is that, especially the last few years when I've been doing this, I've decided that this is a great way for me to learn about a new subject and then create some piece of art about what I've learned. And, you know, like I was saying before, I went to business school, and that when you're in business school you don't get to learn about art really too much. Well, you don't really get to learn too much about Shakespeare either. And have you guys ever heard of Shakespeare? William Shakespeare, the writer, the playwright? Anyone who's heard of Shakespeare, raise your hand. Shakespeare? No? Okay, well, he was a very famous writer, the most famous writer that ever lived in recorded history, as far as I can tell, in the Western world. And one of his most famous speeches, I'm almost sure you've all heard the beginning line of. Does anybody know how it goes? You can finish this line, okay? I'll start it, and you finish it. And I want you to all say it out loud together. Ready? To be or not to be? Do you know how it goes after that? Right, that is the question. To be or not to be, that is the question. Has anybody ever heard of that? No? Yeah, that's Scooby-Doo. How could you not have heard of that? Anyway, it's a very famous speech. To be or not to be. I think it's on Sesame Street. It's referred to endlessly in our world. And anyway, I realized that I didn't know anything about it except having heard of it. And so this was a collage I created about the play. And I spelled out the whole speech so you can see how if you want to spell out a message, you can cut different letters out and spell out your message. But also in this one, I picked different characters to represent the characters in the play. And that's another idea for you. I don't know if I didn't see the map of the USA in the display. Did I not send the map of the USA?
It's right by that room right there.
Oh, it is? Well, this is a map, a street map of Manhattan. I don't know if anybody's seen this one, but I spelled out all the names of the streets and bridges and tunnels and different places that are in Manhattan, New York City. So this is a kind of an interesting one. This took me over 75 hours to create. There's so much detail in it, there was so much arranging that it took me that long to do. Also, the original is much bigger than this one. This is a shrunken down version of it. So I really liked making collages out of letters. Did you see the one on the wall over there made out of all the different words, all the positive words? Looks like this. It's called Aspirations. It's a list of all the things that I made a list of all the things I decided I wanted to be, or try to be, and I arranged them in alphabetical order. So this is a very special one for me. Actually, this is a great lesson, teachers. You just put this one up, since it's already up, you just have the kids make a list of all the words that they can make out that are on this. And then the second part would be to look maybe 3 words up in the dictionary and define them. And then the third part of it would be to pick one word and write a sentence or two about why would anybody want to be any of these things. And I think that would be a great lesson. I wanted to show you this other one. you'll notice while you're looking at all your boxes that there's very few numbers on them. That there are teeny little numbers on the nutrition side and at the very bottom where it says the size of the package. But as far as larger size numbers, generally there's very few. And I had decided to make a collage about the number pi. Who's learned about the number pi yet? Have you learned about pi? Yes? You're going to be learning about it soon. It's a number that goes on forever in a seemingly random order. And so I spent about 3 years creating this collage as I was saving up all the numbers. As I was making other artworks, whenever I came across a number, I'd snip it off into a box until I had enough to create this. This is the first 777 digits of the number pi. So, for those of you who like math or who are interested in math, this is an interesting piece. Here's another idea, and I think you already figured this one out, because when I came in today, I saw those 4 collages downstairs that were done in different color schemes, and so that was the same kind of idea that I had made this heart with. Did you have this heart as part of your, yeah? Well, with the heart, I decided that I would collect all sorts of images that were red. They're really unrelated except for the fact that they're red. And then I formed this heart shape with them. And it's fun to look closely at it because there's so many different miscellaneous things in there. You guys seem to be ready to be making